Remember when I said on Twitter X that 2 hours isn't going to save the show? Well, I was more than right on that. The Smackdown Night of Champions 2026 Fallout taped show was basically nothing more than rants and repeats. Repetitive, lazy booking, same old shit we've been getting last Friday. Nothing surprising. We were live for Raw this week, as well as NXT. We did not go live for Evolve. I do not plan on going live for Evolve until the creative booking and writing gets better on there, until the shows get better on there. Because right now the shows have not been good on there. So the creative writing and booking hasn't been good on SmackDown either. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IWN YouTube channel. This is your Friday Night SmackDown Night of Champions 2026 review. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. Turn on notifications. We are now at 939 subscribers. We just got 2 subscribers yesterday, so that is pretty good. What I like to see. The only news I have for this morning is on the ESPN stuff. So we'll do the review, go over the ESPN news, do their news on the ESPN's involvement with the premium live event stuff, and we're going to get on out of here. Happy 4th of July, by the way, folks. Just thought I'd tell y'all that. I will be live for AAA this Saturday night. I'll be live for that. I think it is episode 25. Yes, it's episode 25. Yeah, I'll be live for that. I'll be posting and tweeting out my grade predictions before the show airs. That is where I'll be going over what the 4th of July really is. I'm not going over it here. I'm going over it on the AAA watch along tonight. But again, subscribe to the channel if y'all are new and hit the thumbs up, turn on bell for notifications, and make sure y'all share the stream. Sharing the stream and supporting the channel is very, very important. I will be sharing my Smackdown review later on, letting everybody know that I already did this. You know, I already did the reviews, something like that. But keep on supporting the channel, folks. We're gonna go ahead and get started with it. I'm ready to get out what I need to say. We might go over the news on Trick Williams' plans because I'm kind of interested in going over my thoughts on that and the good and the bad on it. I think there will mostly be some good on it, but we'll get to it. I'll decide whether I'll go over it or not. So, I'm telling y'all right now, like I said in the beginning of the stream, 2 hours didn't save this clown circus of a show. And I'm telling you right now, the SmackDown creative writing and booking is still garbage and it still needs an immediate change. This was supposed to be the big fallout from Night of Champions. Even the Monday Night Raw fallout suffered an L this week. Outside of a handful of things, the whole show was a complete waste of time. And I gave this entire episode a mid-C because that's exactly what it was. Nothing more, nothing less. You got Sami Zayn opening the show with a promo. And I'll be honest with you, folks. I'll give Sami Zayn his flowers because he actually tried to carry the night and set the tone for Raw on Monday with him defending the WWE title against the winner of Cody Rhodes and Jay. But after that, it went downhill fast. I'm not even kidding. It went downhill fast last night on last night's SmackDown Night of Champions fallout. Captain Kelly interviewed Charlotte Flair. We got Charlotte, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. I'm sorry. That match was terrible and insane. Nothing clicked. Jade got the win with Jaded on Chelsea, and the whole thing felt like a throwaway altogether. No shit. Whole thing felt like a throwaway. Complete waste of time. I don't even understand why they even booked this match for the show. I don't. Does it look like it continues a Jade Cargill Charlotte feud going into SummerSlam? No, it doesn't look like it to me. But anyways, Adam Pearce was all over backstage like usual, booking matches nobody asked for. Then we got the one match that actually delivered, which was Rey Fenix versus Elijo del Vikingo. We got the Kingo for the AA Cruiserweight Championship, and you know what? That was a solid average B+. That was easily another banger. Non-stop action. You got the Mexican Muscle Buster for the win. And you got Rey Fenix retain. One good match doesn't save a 2-hour show, though, unfortunately. At least in my eyes, it don't. Y'all may think otherwise, but They agree to disagree at the end of the day. You got Kathy Kelly interviewing Julia, and then Blake Moreau jumped her from behind. Keanu James got taken out too, so they're clearly building Monroe, and that's fine. Jimmy Uso and Jacob had a backstage segment continuing that Royce Keys angle that ain't really going anywhere, to be honest. Trick Williams had an in-ring segment with Lil Yachty, and Carmelo Hayes came out, and that was actually Solid B. Melo called the U.S. title unnecessary. Yachty made it non-title for next week. They brawled. They got good heat. I'll take it, honestly. Not complaining about that. That was one of the best things of the entire show, to be honest. And that AAA Cruiserweight Championship match was another one that we just went over. And Sami Zayn opening the show. And you got Danhausen showing up for some reason because The Miz, Matt Cardona, and Kit Wilson are still doing that angle. That shit angle, that boring angle they still got going on Smackdown. Yeah, that. Danhausen versus JD McDonough is set for Saturday night main event at Madison Square Garden. Which I don't know who asked for this. I know I didn't. Bray Bella versus Lenny Reed happened, and it was a mid-C. Lenny's getting better, but I'm going to tell you right now, this match wasn't, and Bray was off, completely off in this match. Trust me, I watched all the clips, I watched all the matches, I watched everything. Trust and believe me when I say this, y'all. That is just my opinion. That's just how I felt about the match between Bray and Lenny. Well, that's just how I felt about Bray being off, though. Put it that way. Well, Reed got the win with a running knee thanks to JC Jane and Fallon Henley at ringside. So Fatal Influence is clearly getting built for the tag titles. But the match itself was too short to mean anything. We had more backstage junk with Damian Priest, R-Truth, Frausium, and the War Raiders. And then we had Finn Balor and Cody Rhodes. They had an angle that dragged in Tama Tonga and Tola Tonga. Adam Pearce had another segment with Sami Zayn plus Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae for no reason whatsoever. I tell you, man, you can tell from watching this show, it's just segment after segment after segment with no payoff. Then the main event was Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso in a top contenders match that Pearce made after they interrupted Sami earlier. They had 20 minutes and it was fine, but I'm calling it a mid-average C+. Wasn't all that. Average at best is all I'm going to say. Cody wins like we all knew he would with the bloodline, and MFT should expect it to be involved. Now Cody faces Zayn on Raw. Roman ain't going to be happy about that because CM Punk will be making his return. Oh boy, they're setting up CM Punk versus Cody. Oh joy, we get that match again. Now the question is, are they going to turn Cody heel or are they going to turn CM Punk heel? We need a heel in the match. There's no reason why they should be booking a babyface Cody versus babyface CM Punk match. We either need a heel CM Punk versus babyface Cody or a heel Cody versus babyface CM Punk match. It has to be one of the two. So the WWE needs to decide. They really need to decide. They really do. Because Babyface Cody versus Babyface CM Punk wouldn't make sense for SummerSlam. I'm just saying. It does not make sense on paper. I'd rather Cody turn heel and we get heel Cody versus Babyface CM Punk. I'd rather for CM Punk to stay a Babyface, honestly. I mean, him going heel would be fine too, but I still want to see Babyface CM Punk. Babyface CM Punk was the best. Him cutting them promos, banger promos as a Babyface. CM Punk be killing it on the mic, man. Them promos be fire. Telling you. One of the best promo cutters in this business, man. It's one of the reasons why he's called the best in the world. And his wrestling is another reason. His wrestling, his theme song, his gimmick, all that. Jade Cargill, she was booked strong again. Really, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Ray Phoenix was booked to win. Lenny Reed was expected to go over. Cody was expected to win, and then everything was so predictable. And the stuff in between was either bad or pointless. Yeah, I was gonna say Jay booked strong, but yet the match was fucking terrible. I mean, like, make that shit make sense. Anyways, the 2-hour format did nothing to help SmackDown because it's simple. The problem ain't the runtime. The problem is Triple H and creative putting out the same recycled garbage week after week with terrible booking, writing, and creative. That continues to plummet SmackDown and the ratings down the drain even further. That ain't cool. That ain't cool for SmackDown. That's really not. If this is the best they got after Night of Champions, honestly, they need to fire the creative team ASAP because I'm tired of this clown circus. I really am. Drop your grades for SmackDown Night of Champions in the comments, man, when the stream gets processed. Smash the like button if you agree. This show was mid-C trash. Subscribe to IWN for real unfiltered wrestling talk. For more watch-alongs, watch parties, results, and reviews. And more WWE news as well. Speaking of WWE news, let's go ahead and go over that news on the ESPN's involvement in WWE Premium Live events that was recently reviewed. Now, IWN family, let's talk about this now because this ain't just a we'll air your show partnership. ESPN is in the kitchen cooking. That's a problem. I don't trust some of what Dave Meltzer says. Anyway, I mean, who doesn't? Apparently anybody trusts what Dave Meltzer says. But he confirmed that WrestleVotes was right. And Night of Champions got 6 matches instead of 5 because ESPN told WWE they needed at least 4 matches off TV to push people to pay for ESPN Unlimited. Oh, really? Well, why didn't you just go with 6 matches for every single pay-per-view? That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to know. So it means that ESPN is not a silent partner. They're giving notes, pitching ideas, telling WWE how matches they want behind a paywall. That's corporate booking right there. I don't want ESPN deciding my PLE card length because they trying to hit subscriber buttons or subscriber numbers. This ain't sports, man, where you add an extra quarter, man. This is wrestling. When suits start dictating match count for business reasons, creative suffers. Yeah, Night of Champions delivered, sure. Sammy won the undisputed title, sure. Oba and Io won King and Queen, sure. Rollins beat Braun Breaker in the cage, sure. Trick retained, yeah, sure. But this is ESPN is already. Hold on. Let me repeat that again because the audio skipped. So let me repeat that again. 9 champions delivered. Sammy won the undisputed title. Oba and Io won the King of the Ring. Sure. Rollins beats Braun in the cage. Sure. Trick retained. Sure. Beat J. Sure. Already him. Today it's at match. Tomorrow it's leading a for once you let the network in the writer's room, you don't Smackdown, reasons. Better. I don't. There was plans for you. As soon as we're gonna go over it. Said I was only gonna go over the news on the ESPN, but now I'm interested in going over other news now. My internet's been acting strange lately, man. And this phone has too. It's just been the Google Chrome browser just been going slow. I don't understand why. There shouldn't be nothing messing it up. Anybody else internet's messing up or working? Okay, it's full. So They said that maybe held sooner rather than later, but don't expect to be Roman Reigns one. This is where the Zilla fans are going to get nervous. This is where they're going to start having concerns. So, because the audio been kind of skipping a little bit. When Zilla was at the WWE Performance Center, there was talk of him starting in NXT before eventually making the jump into the Bloodline story. That gives fans a much clearer idea of how WWE may handle him. I don't know about all that. Zilla has been expected to start with WWE soon, and naturally, the Bloodline question came right away. He is the 26-year-old son of the late Umaga, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob, already involved in WWE. Family connection is impossible to ignore. Still, WWE may not want to throw him straight into that spotlight. Now, starting at NXT would let Zilla build his own identity before joining one of WWE's biggest ongoing stories. He has already worked outside WWE for promotions like House of Glory, Reality of Wrestling. You know, JD and Monster does commentary for House of Glory. You know, JD, one of the greatest podcasters in the entire internet wrestling community, yet him. NXT would give him time to adjust to WWE's system before the Bloodline pressure hits. Oh God, do I really gotta say his name again? I'm talking about Dave Meltzer. Do I really gotta say Dave Meltzer's name again? Every time I look at the news articles, it's Dave Meltzer this, Dave Meltzer that. Oh, I'm just sick of it. Dave Meltzer previously reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Zilla is expected to start with WWE soon. That's what he says. He says false finish update suggests WWE may already know the first step before that eventual Bloodline move. This could be the best thing for him. And let Zilla build some steam, let fans see what he can do, and then make the Bloodline move feel like a real question to y'all is, what do you guys think of this? Do y'all think WWE should start building Zilla into the family story? I'll tell you. By the way, the timestamps will be in the description for every part on this stream, including the Smackdown review. Apologize for having to repeat myself again. The audio had skipped, so y'all didn't hear me, so I had to repeat what I said, about Olafemi, Sami Zayn, and Io Sky, about the ESPN involvement news and stuff. Yeah, Google Chrome's been kind of acting slow. You go to these wrestling sources websites, you scroll, and then it just freezes for a minute, and then it just scrolls. I don't know why it's doing that. Almost like somebody done been hacking and almost like somebody done hacked. Almost like somebody done hacked into the Google Chrome browser. Like I can barely scroll. This ain't even funny either. Y'all can follow me on Twitter X at the villain IWN. Shoot me a DM, man. Let me know if you're. Let me know if I'm not the only one having problems with scrolling. When wrestling sources website, like Ringside News website, ProWrestling.net. These wrestling source websites, these wrestling websites, been acting weird, man. Telling y'all on my side anyway, it's been acting weird. I don't get it. I don't get what the issue is here. Waiting on this darn thing to roll here. This website is froze. Anybody having problems with going to ringsidenews.com? I have. I've been having problems with going to their website. Every time I go to their website, I try to scroll, it freezes. Freezes. And then it works again. Then when you try to highlight, it freezes again. Oh, it does. It's very irritating. Working. Sorry, I've been quiet, y'all. I'm just this thing is just aggravating, man. Just trying to fix this stuff. Okay. So we went over the news on the ESPN's involvement with the premium live events. Let's go over my thoughts on WWE's plans for Zilla Fatu because I said I was going to do that. So the good and mostly the bad. So according to False Finish, when Zilla was at the Performance Center, the talk was he starts in NXT before eventually making the jump into the book. That right there tells me maybe wouldn't be surprised if they have a brain cell left. Look, the good is simple. He's 26. He's Umaga's son. We know that. He's got that Samoan dynasty aura. You can't teach. We know that too. Bloodline story has been on WWE TV for years with Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Solo, Sikoa, and now Jacob in the mix. Adding Zilla. I mean, I'm being honest, it is money on paper. But with the way the bloodline stuff's been stalling and stuff here lately, I don't know. It kind of has me concerned. It really does. He's been putting in work outside WWE too with House of Glory, like I said, and Booker T's Reality Wrestling. But listen, he's got presence, and fans already know the name. WWE needs new stars that feel legit, and he's one of them. He's one of the few guys who could be maybe a made man by 2027 if they book him right, put him in the right stories and in the right match. If they don't mess it up, that's the good, but the bad, I mean, WWE Creative is a clown circus. The Bloodline story in 2026 is already bloated. You got Roman, Cody, Jay, Jimmy, Solo, like I said, Tola, and Coolio. Yeah, Tonga. Jacob Fatu, all floating around that thing. You know what I'm saying? You throw Zilla right there, right now, with no build, and he becomes background noise. At that point, might as well say he's nothing more than a jobber. He'll be standing behind Solo, nodding his head with zero lines and zero wins, and the crowd will turn on him fast. We've seen it before. We've seen it before. He rushes family members to the main roster because of the last name, and they got buried. Zilla ain't ready for that pressure yet. He needs time to be Zilla, not just Umaga's son, in a bloodline shirt. That's why starting in NXT would be the right move, and Dave Mills are already. He claimed, anyway, that Zilla is expected to start with WWE soon, so the timeline matches. NXT lets him figure out his character, cut promos with Triple H breathing down his neck, with Shawn Michaels, who actually, well, I'm not going to say if he actually knows how to build new stars. I'm not going to say that, but let him win gold. Main event A, PLE. Get those reaps in. House of Glory and Reality Wrestling don't prepare you for WWE system, cameras, and schedule. NXT does. That part is, I don't trust Triple H and Creative to be patient, man. I just don't trust that. We've seen them call people up after 3 months because we need a Pop or a USA Network wants a debut. If they actually do that with Zilla, don't need another body right now. It's stalling right now. Something new. It needs payoff. It needs breathing room. Honestly, Zilla straight to SmackDown is for headlines. Zilla NXT is for longevity. Best thing for him is to build steam. Let fans invest in him first, not just the family tree. And then when he pulls up to the bloodline, it feels like a moment. Not a quick name drop, not a failed experiment, a real star arriving. If WWE rushes this, it's going to be another mid-sea trash direction. Plain and simple. So start him in NXT and let him cook. Then bring him to the family. It's not that hard for WWE and Creative to do that. It shouldn't be. God, if they fuck that up, dude, he's done. I'm telling you. He is done if they fuck that up, man. So let's hope that WWE knows what they're doing with Zilla, Fatu, and Mike Santana for that matter. Well, folks, I think that's all I got really for tonight or for this morning, because today is the 4th of July. So I think I'm going to save the Trick William news for tonight. At this point, I'm just ready to get off of here because this Google Chrome browser is about to piss me off. I don't know why. It's been doing this since yesterday. Go into a website, scroll down, it freezes, and then it just scrolls by itself. And I'm scrolling, it works. Then it starts doing the same thing again. I don't get it. I think I'm about to reset the routers. What I'm about to do. Exactly what I'm about to do. Anyways. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening to the Smackdown review. Like I said, the timestamps will be in the description. Whenever I get the chance to do so today, I'll make sure all my other watch-alongs and reviews have timestamps in them. If not, I will put them in for y'all to listen to the actual parts, the important parts. Well, folks, I'll see y'all live for AAA episode 25. It should be another solid show. You got Flammer going against, the woman that came out and made the save for Catalina. Then I think we got a 2-on-2-on-2 tag match. Then you got Obismo versus El Fisco. We got that El Fisco El Bismo feud continuing in AAA. Very much looking forward to this episode tonight. So see y'all there. And happy 4th of July.